Hello YouTube, I'm Connor, and today we're going to take a look back at the iPhone 5C. I bought this device brand new off of eBay, so let's start with the unboxing. First, peel off the white plastic to reveal the actual box of the device. Then, peel the orange tab to rip the tape holding the box together. This will allow you to take off the plastic cover. We'll remove the device and set it aside for now. Inside the box, there is a welcome guide as well as some Apple stickers. Below that are the accessories, which are a lightning cable and a USB adapter along with a set of earpods. Looking back at the device, it is concealed on top of a plastic tray. To remove it, peel the screen sticker off the top of the device and that will allow you to remove it. My iPhone 5C was shipped with iOS 8, so the setup process may look slightly different than newer versions of iOS. First, you choose the language you speak, then the country you are located in. Next, you set up your Wi-Fi connection. Then the phone will activate. After the activation process, you can enable location services. Then you can choose how you want to set up your new iPhone. Next, you sign into your Apple ID and set up iCloud and Find My iPhone. Finally, you can choose to add a password, set up Siri, send diagnostics to Apple, and use your iPhone. This phone has a 4-inch LED display with a resolution of 1136 by 640, good for a PPI of 326. The back-facing camera has 8 megapixels, and to the right of it there is a single LED flash. This camera can take video at 1080p 30 fps. The front-facing camera has 1.2 megapixels and can take video at 720p. The processor inside this phone is the Apple A6 32-bit chip. This processor is clocked at 1.3 GHz and has 2 cores. The phone also has 1 GB of RAM. The storage configurations available for this phone include 8 GB, 16 GB, and 32 GB. The battery inside this phone is a 1507 mAh battery. The phone is also equipped with a headphone jack and a lightning port. The latest version of iOS this phone can run is iOS 10.3.3. The phone is a plastic build. The phone feels extremely sturdy in the hand, but the coating on the plastic makes it kind of slippery to hold. This phone had 5 color options for it: white, pink, yellow, blue, and green. Looking at the technical side of the phone, it scores a 701-point single-core score and a 1,265-point multi-core score in Geekbench 3. The reason I had to put the iPhone 5C's Geekbench 3 scores here is because Geekbench 4 requires iOS 9 or later, and my iPhone 5C is on iOS 8. It also scores a 30,272 in Antutu. Network-wise, this phone scored a 43 megabyte per second download speed and a 12 megabyte per second upload speed. Finally, looking at the phone's SSD speeds, it scored a 155 megabyte per second read speed and a 23 megabyte per second write speed. Despite the age of the hardware inside this device, the iPhone 5C is still able to produce some nice looking photos. The bright rear shot has a nice amount of color and it does not look too blurry like older generations of iPhone. However, the selfie camera is a bit blurry, but it still contains a lot of color. The rear shot with the flash looks really good considering the phone is only equipped with a single LED flash, but the photo did come out a bit noisy. Finally, this phone's selfie dark shot is pitch black because Retina flash is not available on this device. In 2017, I would say this phone has held up pretty well. It runs a modern version of iOS, so it can still run the latest versions of YouTube, Minecraft, iMovie, and Snapchat. Also, it runs those apps really well considering the device is 4 years old. iOS 8 also runs really well on this phone. I know this isn't the most recent update the phone can run, but it is still a usable operating system even in 2017. I also believe the design of the phone has held up really well. Even though it doesn't have a bezel-less display like the new iPhone X or the new Galaxy phones, it still feels really nice in the hand. Feature-wise, it lacks some of the features found on current iPhones such as Touch ID, True Tone Flash, slow-mo video, burst mode, or a 64-bit processor. but it still has a high quality camera and display. All in all, I believe that most people would be able to still use this phone as their main smartphone if they would be okay with the smaller screen size, but the 8 GB storage configuration option isn't really practical in 2017. On eBay, this phone cost me $110, which is more expensive than the $80 I spent on the iPhone 5S, but I purchased the iPhone 5C unopened. Also, while I have decided to keep my iPhone 5C and iOS 8, the device is supported up to iOS 10, which is still a usable operating system. Since it can still run a modern version of iOS with the latest versions of most apps and the good enough cameras the phone is equipped with, the overall experience isn't the best, but definitely worth the amount of money you will spend on this device, especially if you buy it used. Thanks for watching my old hardware video on the iPhone 5C. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Also, if you or someone you know still uses the iPhone 5C, let me know in the comments down below if you believe this smartphone is still usable in 2018.